Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. I've been thinking about how strange love really is. We live in a world of billions of people, most of whom we will never meet. Yet somehow, one person can enter our life and begin to matter in a way that feels almost impossible to explain. Before they arrived, the world was already turning. The days were passing. Life had its shape. Then something changes. A voice becomes familiar. A presence becomes comforting. A person who was once a stranger begins to feel woven into the meaning of your life. How does that happen? We can talk about chemistry, we can talk about shared experience, we can point to memory, attachment, timing, and all the things that help us understand why people bond. Those explanations are useful, I guess. Still, they don't quite reach the center of it, do they? They don't explain why hearing one person laugh can lift something inside you. They don't explain why their sadness can settle into your own chest. And they don't fully explain how someone can become part of the way that you understand home. There's a mystery there. I think love is one of those things that we know long before we understand it. A child knows when they are safe in someone's arms. A friend knows when another person is truly listening. A grieving heart knows the difference between being comforted and simply being spoken to. Love seems to carry a language beneath language. Sometimes it is felt in the smallest moments. Someone remembers something you said weeks ago. A hand reaches for yours without thinking. A person looks at you, and for a second, you know you are not being measured or judged. You're simply being seen. That may be one of the greatest gifts one human being can offer another, to be seen. Not the version we prepare for the world, not the polished version, the real person underneath, the one who gets tired, the one who doubts, the one who still carries old wounds into new rooms. When someone sees that person and does not turn away, something almost sacred happens. Love says, you are still worth knowing. That is an extraordinary thing to receive. It may be even more extraordinary than human beings are actually capable of giving it. We are imperfect creatures. I think you know that. We misunderstand each other. We become afraid. We get distracted by our own pain and fail to notice what someone else is carrying. Yet love keeps appearing through us. Not perfectly and not without mistakes, but it appears. It shows up in hospitals at 3 a.m. It waits beside a bed. It sits quietly when there are no useful words. It forgives the clumsy sentence because it understands the heart behind it. Love keeps finding ordinary ways to do something that feels larger than ordinary life. That is part of the miracle. We often expect miracles to break the law of nature. We imagine light in the sky or an event that can't be explained. Maybe some miracles are quieter. Maybe a miracle can be one person deciding that another person's life matters. Think about that. Think about that for a moment. Another human being can choose to carry concern for you inside themselves. They can wake up and wonder whether you're all right. They can feel relieved when they hear your voice, and they can hold a memory that you've forgotten and keep part of your story alive. There's no practical reason that this should move us as deeply as it does, and yet it does. Love gives weight to things that might otherwise seem small. A chair becomes important because someone used to sit there. A song becomes more than music because it belonged to a moment shared with someone. A simple phrase can remain in the mind for years because of who said it. I got a few of those that I have held on to. The object has not changed. The sound has not changed. Love has changed what it means. That's one of the strangest powers that love has. It creates significance. It gathers ordinary moments and turns them into part of life, part of a life. Without love, a day can simply pass. With love, a day can become something we carry for decades. A drive home, a meal at a little table, a conversation that did not seem important at the time. Years later, those moments return with a warmth that almost feels alive. We may not have known we were standing inside a precious memory while it was happening. Love knew. Love was already placing a light around it. That makes me wonder how many miracles we move through without recognizing them. How often does someone offer us care while we are too busy to understand what we have been given? How many times has love reached us in a form so familiar that we mistook it for something ordinary? Maybe the impossible gift is not rare. Maybe it is all around us. It's in the parent who still worries after the child is grown. It's in the old friend who remembers who you were before life changed you. It's in the person who knows your flaws and has not reduced you to those flaws. Love rarely announces itself as a miracle. It simply keeps showing up. And guys, that may be why we overlook it. The grand moment gets our attention. The quiet faithfulness becomes part of the background. But faithfulness is where so much love lives. Anyone can be moved for a moment. Love becomes visible in what remains. It stays after the excitement settles. It makes room for the difficult season. It learns that caring for someone is not always dramatic. Often it is choosing not to leave the room. I have known love through people who are no longer here. That may be one of the deepest mysteries of all. A person can leave this world and still the love remains active, doesn't it? It shapes decisions. It enters dreams. It rises in the mind at unexpected times and brings the person close to you again. We may hear ourselves say something they used to say. We may find our hand reaching toward a phone that can no longer call them. The relationship has changed, but the love has not become nothing. Where does it go? I don't know. I only know that it stays. It continues to move through us. Sometimes grief is love trying to find a place to go. And that's painful, but it's also evidence of something beautiful. We were changed by another life. Their existence became part of ours. Even absence cannot completely undo that. And I think you all know that. This is why I struggle to think of love as only an emotion. Emotion changes with the hour. Love can outlast the hour. It can outlast distance. It can even outlast death. There's something in it that reaches beyond the moment in which it began. Maybe love is one of the ways that we touch eternity without fully understanding that we're doing it. I don't mean that as a grand answer, guys. It's more of a wonder, a feeling that love belongs to something larger than the individual heart, even though the heart is where we feel it. We receive love from somewhere. We pass it forward. It changes form all along the way. A kindness given to us years ago may become the reason we are gentle with someone today. The person who first offered it may never know where it traveled. In fact, likely they won't, but it traveled. That's the invisible movement of love. It crosses from one life into another and leaves each one slightly changed. Maybe that is why love feels both personal and universal. It belongs to us, but it never belongs only to us. When someone loves us well, that love can soften the way we move through the whole world. It can make us more patient with a stranger. It can help us recognize pain sooner. It can teach us what safety feels like so that we know how to offer it to others. The gift keeps opening. That may be the impossible part. Love can be given without being used up. In many parts of life, giving means having less. Love doesn't always work that way. In fact, I'd say it never works that way. It's unending. The more it is practiced, the more room it can create. A heart that has been loved well may become capable of holding more. Not because it never gets hurt. Oh gosh, no. Sometimes the heart grows through the wound. Love survives there too. It gathers around what is broken and refuses to let brokenness become the whole story. I think that's why we keep returning to love, no matter how many times it frightens us. Love makes us vulnerable. There is no way around that. To care deeply is to accept the possibility of loss. Still, people keep choosing it. They keep opening the door. They keep trusting someone with the parts of themselves that could be hurt. Why? Why? Because a life without that risk may be safer, but it would also be so much smaller. I know none of you all would give up the loves of your life. Love enlarges the world. It gives us someone to miss, someone to hope for, someone whose happiness matters even when it offers us nothing in return. And that's not always easy. But it is one of the places where we become most fully human. So today, I do not want to explain love too neatly, because it really can't be. Some things lose something when we force them into a definition. I'd rather stand in the wonder of it, that one life can reach another, that a stranger can become family, that a moment can become sacred because love was present inside it, that someone can leave and still remain. Maybe love is the impossible gift because it keeps doing what should not be possible. It makes separate lives belong to one another. It gives meaning to what would otherwise pass unnoticed. It reaches through time and carries the past into the present without asking permission. And somehow, it keeps asking to be given again. Thank you guys. Thank you for spending this time with me on Infinite Threads. Perhaps the miracle of love is not that it removes every sorrow. Perhaps it is that sorrow never manages to erase it. Love remains. And in ways we may never completely understand. So do we. I love you guys very, very, very much. And you know what I need you to do. Go out and pass that on, okay? Later, Gators. Bye.
Fears